The scene opens with Roqayya being humiliated by the entire school. Then her mother comes there and tells Miss Batten that she's taking her daughter out of this school. She then bursts out at Roqayya and says that she'll forever remain a damn girl. Meanwhile, Mariam is standing in the distance, feeling happy she has successfully taken down one of the bullies. In class, Miss Abir informs them about the school trip and asks them to get their parents' signature on a slip. Later, Dina says that she feels somewhat bad for Roqayya as she didn't anticipate this to go that far. But Mariam reminds her what they did to her at the opening day, so they go forward with the plan. At lunch, Noaf gets a notification that Ahmad has followed her, so she follows him back. Rania confronts her about following Ahmad, so Noaf says he followed her first. Nevertheless, Rania forces her to unfollow him on Instagram. Now, their coach announces the results from their football tryouts. The two girls that are selected for the football team are Rania and Mariam. Layan argues about why she wasn't selected, and their coach says because of her rude behavior and lack of sportsmanship. Then in the washroom, Layan secretly sees Mariam taking her anxiety pills. She goes to check what the pills are and finds Mariam's personal diary in her bag. There are tons of confessions written in it, so Layan plans on using it to get some revenge. She distributes the pages of the diary to the entire school, and everyone thinks of Mariam as a psycho. Mariam again gets humiliated by everyone and starts crying. On top of that, Layan milks the opportunity as much as possible and makes the school hell for Mariam. Mariam goes home while crying and prays that she gets transferred to some other school. After school, the three gather at Dina's home, but Mariam is still shaken by the incident. Dina and Noaf help her calm down and tell her that they got rid of all of the pages from her diary. Soon enough, the three start making plans to take down Rania. Meanwhile, Layan and Rania are sitting together making plans about sneaking their boyfriends on the school trip. There, Layan receives a message from Roqayya's account. The message is actually sent by Noaf with a photo of Layan and Rania sitting with their boyfriends in the cafeteria. As Layan opened the photo on her phone, Noaf got access to her phone as well. As if hacking someone's phone was this easy. The following morning, all the girls get ready for the school trip. At Rania's home, we learn that her father is an alcoholic and asks her not to go on the school trip at the last moment. Rania frustratingly leaves the home and meets Layan and her brother in the car, who's there to drop them off at school. On their way, Layan opens the glove compartment and finds a gun in there. She questions her brother about it, but he asks her to mind her own business. Now, all the girls get into the bus and start their journey. Rania and Layan are excited to meet Ahmad and Laith. After reaching the destination, Miss Abir assigns everyone to their rooms. Dina and Mariam are together in one room, but Noaf is assigned a room with Rania and Layan. Mariam reveals to Noaf that she did this on purpose, so Noaf could be their eyes and ears in the room. But Noaf is not happy about it. She says that she should have asked her permission at least. After some time, all the girls start playing volleyball, but Noaf and Layan are tired, so they go to chill in the swimming pool. Both are unexcited to see each other and decide to swim in different sections of the pool. While Noaf was relaxing in the pool, a pervert old guy comes from behind and touches her. Noaf shows resistance, but the old man does not back up and soon starts misbehaving. She gets scared and shouts for help, and Layan hears her scream. Layan immediately goes to save Noaf and sends the pervert away. Noaf is shivering because of the incident, so Layan calms her down and helps her get out of the pool. This is the first time we see Layan's good side. Now, Layan and Noaf go back to their friends, and Mariam asks why she was with Noaf. Noaf gets angry at Mariam and asks her to stop thinking about this revenge plan for once. She then leaves from there, and Mariam and Dina are surprised by her behavior. Then, in Noaf's room, Rania enters with Layan and tries to mock her, but Layan defends Noaf and asks Rania to stop. Layan then gets a text from Laith asking about their roommate being a problem. Layan replies that she's not bad and she won't cause any problems when they sneak out. At night, all the girls meet for dinner, and Mariam asks to go forward with their plan. They plan to inform Miss Abir once Rania and Layan sneak out, so they can be caught red-handed. However, Noaf says that once she's spent some time with her, Layan is not that terrible. She suggests that they should just talk to them directly and sort things out instead of going on with this revenge spree. Mariam says that they've brainwashed her, and the two start arguing. Noaf gets angry and leaves from there. Later, Layan and Rania are getting ready for the party. Layan is still feeling bad for Noaf, so she asks her to come with them to the party. Rania is shocked to hear this, so she takes Layan to talk in private. There, Layan reveals what happened to Noaf, so Rania also agrees to take her to the party. Miss Abir and the coach come to do a bed check, and everyone in Layan's room pretends that they were already asleep. As soon as Miss Abir leaves, the three sneak out and go to the club area. The security guard stops them, as they are underage, but Layan pays the security and lets all three of them in. Rania and Layan start dancing with their boyfriends, while Noaf stands alone at the table trying to distract herself. Meanwhile, Mariam is still focused on the plan and decides to execute it. However, she's unaware that Noaf had also snuck out, so telling Miss Abir would put their friend in trouble too. Dina goes to meet Noaf in a room, but finds out that she's not there. She immediately runs back to stop Mariam, but Mariam had already told Miss Abir everything. In the club, Rania goes to the washroom, so Ahmad approaches Noaf and starts flirting with her. Rania comes back and sees them together, but Ahmad blames it on Noaf that she was touching him. Layan knows the truth about Ahmad, but stays silent, and Noaf leads from there. Noaf gets a text from Mariam that Miss Abir is looking for them, so she warns Layan and the two to immediately get to their rooms. But poor Rania gets caught red-handed, and Miss Abir says she will be punished. They take her to their room, and Layan and Noaf are already there. Rania takes all the blame on herself, and the scene ends there. Then, after a week at the school, Rania comes in with bruises on her face. Apparently, Miss Abir informed her parents about the sneak-out, and Rania's alcoholic father had beaten her. Mariam is very proud of herself and thinks that only Layan is left now. Layan addresses Rania's bruises and tells her that she'll be meeting Laith this Thursday again, and she has to sneak out of the bus again, as this is her only chance to meet him before the summer holidays. Laith will be taking her to his private farm, so there's no chance of being seen. However, Mariam has heard the entire conversation by hiding in the washroom. Then, Noaf thanks Rania for saving them, and Rania admits that Ahmad is a pervert. Dina and Noaf sit with Rania and Layan, so Mariam gets super jealous. At night, Mariam stalks Laith on Instagram and finds out where his private farm is. She then finds Layan's brother and follows him. At Layan's home, she almost gets caught talking to Laith, but she has saved his number as Rania, so she manages to trick her brother. His big brother we saw earlier gets suspicious of her, but Layan manages to brush him off. The next day, she meets Laith and they leave for the farmhouse. On the other hand, Miss Abir wonders why Layan is absent today. She asks Mariam if Layan was on the bus today, but Mariam says she didn't notice. Layan's final plan is to tell Layan's brother that his sister is with a guy at this location. But Dina and Noaf think that this has gone too far and that they should stop doing this. They try to convince Mariam not to go this far, but she is adamant and cannot forget what Layan did to her. She calls them hypocrites for turning their back on her and leaves from there. Noaf reminisces about all the time she has spent with Mariam and thinks that she's become too blinded by hatred. Then, Miss Abir visits Principal Fatin and tells her about Layan being absent regularly. She says that they should call her parents, but Fatin brushes her off and says she'll take care of that. Miss Abir is fed up with Layan's behavior, but Fatin says she'll think about it after the ceremony. Meanwhile, Layan and Laith reach the farmhouse, and Laith assures her that they'll just hang out. The ceremony starts at school, and Fatin gets busy attending it. Miss Abir uses the opportunity to sneak into Fatin's office and call Layan's dad. However, his number is unreachable because Layan has already blocked it. She finds an emergency number in a laptop and decides to call it. Then, Rania finds out that Dina took their photo in the cafeteria and confronts her. Dina and Noaf then reveal everything they have been up to, and they say that they have to stop Mariam. On the other hand, Laith pushes Layan into the pool. They start swimming and spend some quality time with each other. Then, Rania sees that Layan's brother and parents have come to the school. Miss Abir explains everything that has been going on with Layan and asks if she's ill today. Layan's dad says she left for school as usual, and he gets worried for her. Rania, Dina, and Noaf meet Mariam in the class and try to convince her not to do anything. But she's ready to send Layan's location to her brother. Rania begs her to not do it, and Mariam says okay. However, she still sends the message and leaves. Layan's brother gets the message and immediately leaves for the farmhouse. He's filled with rage and takes out the gun from his glove compartment. He reaches the farmhouse and he sees Layan's clothes drying outside. He bangs loudly on the door, but Laith is too afraid to open it. In the school, Layan's dad insults Fatin for attending the award ceremony while her daughter is missing. He throws her award on the ground and says he'll make sure the school is destroyed now. Now Layan's brother breaks the door and gets inside. He beats Laith brutally and pushes him away and points his gun towards Layan. Then, at the end of the series, we hear a gunshot from inside the farmhouse, and Mariam walks proudly across the school's hallway. All the girls stare at her, but she seems to not care at all.